Up, Global Star Entertainment, my family. What's up? Now, yesterday, I made a video talking about an inmate that was causing, issues on my unit. Homosexual inmate at that. He was using that shit to cause up issues. I don't want to get into names and stuff like that, but one of the things he was doing, like one time I came on the unit, he greeted me, "Hey, what up, CO? Doing, what's up? How you doing?" I said, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He's telling me about the day because he worked in we was on a working unit. So anybody on the working unit, you work in certain areas of the jail, whether that's the laundry, the kitchen, the warehouse. So he was telling me about work that particular day. But on transit we had a new inmate, two new inmates came up from the other housing units, and transits, he came up to my unit now. So I received two new inmates. And upon receiving those two inmates, I had to put them in education, let them know where they was housed at on the unit. And the inmate was telling me, like, yo, he came straight to the podium. He came straight to the podium and was like, "Hey, what's up, CO?" I'm like, "What's up?" He started talking to me, and he was like, "Yo, you see that inmate right there that you just was talking to?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Yo, I used to mess with him in town. Town means like in the street. That's another word for street." So I said, "Okay." He used to mess with him, okay. He said, "Yeah, but he tried to act like here and here, he don't know who I am. He tried to ignore me and act like he don't know who I am." I said, "Okay, he don't know who you is. Just leave it as that, you know what I'm saying? Ignore it and keep going." He like, "No, I'm gonna expose him." I said, "Expose him for what?" I said, "Listen, you doing that is gonna only cause uproar on the unit because he gonna wanna fight you and y'all gonna go back and forth, and I don't feel like going through that bullshit. So I need you to go in your aisle and stay in your aisle, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Stay to yourself, I'm gonna lock you in." He like, all right. I apologize. I won't expose him. I won't do none of that. But then, as the day progresses and go further, he started telling other inmates, like, "Yo, see that new guy? I mess with that new guy. I mess with him. I used to mess with him on the street." So it starts stirring around. You tell one person, it gets to the other person. Tell one person, it gets to another person. So long and behold, I let my superior know. I told my sergeant on, "Listen, it's a guy up here on my unit. He doing X, Y, and Z. I think this is gonna be a problem." You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Oh, if it's not an issue now, if it's, just leave it alone. Make note of it, make an incident, boom, boom, boom." So I did that, covered myself. Long and behold, he left off that unit, went to another unit, and ended up doing the same thing. They end up fighting and shit. He ended up seeing somebody else that he knew and tried to expose him to everybody else on the unit. And homeboy went in the cell and popped the bottom on him. Now, he could fight, evidently, because when I got to the unit, everybody else was telling me, like, "Yo, the homosexual dude exposed so-and-so, but he got his ass beat." I'm like, "Who, the homosexual?" "No, the other guy, the tough guy." And see, that's the thing. People go to jail and forget they past. What you do in the street is going to follow you into jail. So if you being one way and trying to live a double life in the street, you get to jail, it don't stop. Your rep don't stop. That shit follow you. It doesn't stop. So people got the tendency of thinking they can live two lives. No, what you are in the street, be that in jail. You know what I'm saying? I have no problems with homosexual. That's you. That's your lifestyle. I don't indulge in that shit, but it is to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But if you are homosexual in the street, be that in the jail. You can't live two lives, a double life, bro. And that's the issue that I had with that dude. Not the homosexual dude, but the guy that was fronting, the heterosexual, quote unquote. because he was a heterosexual in the street, and then got to jail and got exposed because he was living both lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what happens, man. And the guy, the homosexual guy, when I seen him in the hole, because once they fought, I seen him. They both got packed up and sent to the segregating unit. I seen him on a block, on the housing unit, in the hole. I said, yo, what's up, man? How you get up here, man? He's like, oh, man, you know, I had to fuck so-and-so up. This and that. I said, because you doing that same behavior that I told you don't do, you carry that over here to this unit and got your ass into a fight. He like, yeah, I beat his ass though. I did what I had to do. I had to protect myself. I beat his ass. Yeah, but I said, yeah, but none of that would have had to occur if you didn't go about trying to expose somebody. And that's the thing with homosexuals. They feel like they have to. Some of them feel like they have to expose men that people putting on fronts and acting like they not that. If you that, be that. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And the guy was trying to act so tough after it was all over. He just tucked his tongue and he just became humble. Like, you know, once he got exposed around the jail, that he was actually like a homosexual in the street. Nobody in the jail wanted to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? They just dubbed him, kept him, stayed away from him, and just isolated him because he was fronting the whole time he got in. He was just fronting, acting like he was somebody he wasn't. And once he got exposed for being the person he really was, motherfuckers just dubbed him, you know what I'm saying? And put him on the back burner. So that's just my thing, and just be who you are. That's just it. And you know what I'm saying? Be who you are. Stop fronting. And tomorrow, I'm gonna be talking about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? How I had another inmate, you know what I'm saying, that went through a lot. Like he was one of my inmates, one of these dudes, man. It was a cool dude, man. Cool guy. You know, talking to him, and you could tell he didn't actually like belong there. You know what I'm saying? He was just belong. Like in a mental institute or something, you know what I'm saying? A mental hospital. He did not belong there, you know what I'm saying, in prison. And after talking to him and you know, observing him, his behavior and stuff, I was like, wow, man, this guy really needs some help, man. But then some people look at it and go, some people look at it and go, no, fuck him. He in jail, even fuck him. But this is the attitude that some people paint, you know what I'm saying? So they paint that attitude, and then you start to believe that shit. Like, these inmates is a piece of shit. And you develop that mindset, and then you gotta understand, these are the same people that's gonna walk amongst you in the street. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow, these is our neighbors. This is who you're gonna encounter on an everyday basis. So it's like, fuck them, no. You gotta try to get these guys some help, because you're trying to make them reproductive citizens and put them back out into the street, so they can be reproductive and don't end up back in the prison system. But the way the shit is all set up is like, you know, we'll talk about that tomorrow about one of the inmates. I got a whole bunch of stories, man. I got an inmate that was allegedly snitching, but then when he come on the unit or he come lock out, no one say nothing. They pop all that shit when he's inside the cell. When he lock out, motherfuckers don't say nothing. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of, you know, I've been around the murderers, the killers. I've been around them all, you know what I'm saying? So I got stories for you days, man. So, you know, we're just going to tune in, man. This is the start of it. You know, tomorrow, tune in the same time. I'm going to get into, you know, about my mental health. One of my mental health inmates that I encountered, man. He was a cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And he would go in and out, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that, man. I love you guys, man. Global Star Entertainment, you already know, man. Love you guys. One.